Hello everyone, Ziljin here with another episode of Let's Talk About Things. I was eating and then I was just thinking, let me talk about some bread and I guess bread and possibly other grain products, food products. But basically, it's weird because when it comes to bread, I don't really like it unless it's like super thin crust. Like pretty much possibly other grain products in general, like I don't really like pancakes, but I like crepes because it's like super thin. And like pizza, I only eat the super thin crust. And yeah, I've even tried making pizza with flatbread pita bread, and it definitely tastes a lot better on the pita bread because it's your I guess you could do it with the flatbread, just cut it in half, but with the pita bread you cut it in half and it's like really super thin, and you just put the cheese inside and then you put it in a pot, or not, is it a pot or a pan, something big and wide, and you put the lid over it. You put some, obviously you put the cheese over the pita bread, and if you have sauce, I don't have any sauce yet, so I guess I'll have to try that later. I think a couple of days ago on Instagram I uploaded a picture where I just had a flatbread with some mozzarella cheese on top, and I just cooked it. I mean, I didn't really bake or anything. I just put it into the pan and turned on the stove. A couple of minutes later, the cheese melted, and it tasted pretty good. But I didn't like it as much because the flatbread was a little bit thick. And then I tried it today with the pita bread, and it was really good. It tasted exactly like thin crust pizza, and I guess I'll upload it onto Instagram and you can check it out. Yeah, for yourself. Yeah, but pretty much all you do is take a pita bread. I think pita bread might be thin enough that you don't even have to slice it, but you can slice it in half. The thinner it is, the crispier it will be, and the easier it will be for the cheese to melt. I think so. Less stuff in between the heat and the cheese, and I don't have to put any oil or anything on the pan. I just put the bread directly on it and the cheese on top, and then it melts, and the bread gets toasted nice and crispy. Almost burped there or something. Some gas trapped inside my air ducts or something. Yeah. So so it tastes maybe not as good as the outside pizza, especially since I had no sauce on it. So I'll definitely be looking to get some sauce and more cheese, and then maybe I can mix different cheeses. I can put some herbs on it or something. But first off, just the cheese tastes really good, because really the thing I like about pizza is the toast. It's not toasted, right? I mean, it's the crispy crust. That's thin, crispy crust, because when it's too thick, the bread gets soggy, and I don't like that. Yeah, so I want to get the crispy crust, and the melted cheese. So that's like the main two components of pizza for me. But I'll try to add some tomato sauce, or I don't know. Do they sell canned pizza sauce or jarred pizza sauce? If not, I think just regular, pasta sauce or whatever, tomato sauce found in cans and jars, and it should be all right. Also, I remember trying Alfredo sauce pizza before, and it was really good. Yeah, so maybe I could do that. I could try any sauce really. It's just so it makes it look a little bit better, visually better. Just put some sauce in the middle and then some cheese. Anyway, why am I talking about this? I'm supposed to be talking about bread, not pizza. Yeah, so when it comes to regular bread, like sliced bread, like the white kind, I could eat without anything, just toast it. But the whole grain stuff, oh my goodness. Even toasted, it still tastes disgusting. I know it's healthy for you, or supposed to be healthier than the regular white bread, but the whole grains just does not taste good. Whole grain anything, whole grain pasta, whole grain, well, there's no whole grain rice, but whole grain noodles, whole grain pasta, whole grain pizza. No, they don't have whole grain pizza, is it? I don't know. does not taste good. Whole grain bread. I don't mind if they have put whole grains on top of the white bread. You know, like sometimes they put oatmeal or flaxseed or like, you know, some kind of fibers on it. Where they put stuff on top, on like the outside. So when the sliced bread, the inside is just regular white bread, I think. Yeah, and then the outside, like the crust, will have some like other stuff like oatmeal and flax or I don't know, whatever else they put in there, whole grains or whatever. Yeah, so that adds some fiber to it and changes the flavor a little bit, and that's actually okay. But as long as the inside is not the whole grain, I don't really like that stuff. Yeah. Back to the pancakes. I know how to make pancakes, but every time I make them, I want to eat it. I kind of want to throw up because, yeah, because it's wet and soggy and it's thick. So I guess I don't know. It just doesn't taste good. Like it doesn't become crispy. So what I did try doing is just pouring a really thin layer of the pancake mix, and then on the pan just slow heat. I think that way it has some time to spread out or something. But yeah, just really like paper thin. Well, I can't make it as paper thin as the professionals do, but I try my best to make it as thin as possible. Yeah, later on I learned just pour very tiny amounts. If you pour too much, it won't spread out as much, especially if you have high heat. So you have low heat, you just pour a little bit and let it spread out by itself. If you move it yourself, then you'll mess it up. It won't be one whole piece. Yeah, I've tried it. Yeah, and yeah, I tried fixing the holes by pouring more onto it, but then it ends up being too thick. But it is okay. The thinner it is, the tastier it is. Yeah, because it's super crispy. There's no, I don't know. It shouldn't be soggy, but it doesn't taste as good if it's thicker crust. So I definitely don't like pancakes. I used to like waffles. Like you toast the waffles and it tasted pretty good, but now I don't like the waffles anymore because I don't know, maybe they changed the formulas or something. I usually eat the Eggo waffles and it just doesn't taste as good. It tastes sort of like the pancakes with the wheat flavor or something. There's a strong flavor. I don't know. I just know it does not taste as good as it used to. So yeah, so I kind of cut back on the waffles too as well. I don't really eat waffles anymore, and I definitely don't eat pancakes. I guess I could tolerate crepes because it's super thin. So if I do make pancakes, I'm gonna make sure to try to make it into crepes and super thin. Like I don't know if crepes are just a thin pancake or there's a different formula or something, but yeah, I just make the pancakes and pour super low coat. I think you're supposed to pour more milk in it so it's a little thinner. It's not as thick. So that's about it, pretty much. Just thin out the pancake mix and just pour a little bit, just like a spoonful or something. I don't know. Just don't put a lot. The thinner it is, the crispier it will be. And I could probably try actually making pizza like that, right? Yeah, just because it takes like, I don't know, maybe not seconds, but only a few minutes to cook that super thin layer. Like probably even a few seconds, maybe not a few seconds, but like I don't know, maybe a minute or less. Just have that, let it crisp up, and then put some cheese on it. Maybe that would also work. If at the very least it'll make some kind of burrito or something. If it's not pizza, I don't know. It might be, yeah. I used it to wrap like cheese into it. It tasted pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess just mostly bread. Yeah. I guess I could talk about noodles and other stuff later, or I could just talk briefly about it now. No, I would save it for later. But yeah, for noodles, strangely enough, no, yeah, sometimes the noodles, I like it when it's thicker. Actually, do I? Yeah, I like it when it's thicker because it becomes harder to cook. It becomes harder to boil, and it's not as soggy. Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah, bread. Back to bread. The sogginess. So, what I'm like Chinese bread. They usually steam it. I mean, not in the bakeries, but some of it. The ones that are white, and it's usually has like, it's either just one block of white bread, or sometimes they have meat in the middle. It's called mantao. I hate that stuff because it's all steamed, and basically all the water gets absorbed inside or something. It makes it really soft and fluffy, but it tastes really soggy and gross to me. So the ones with the meat inside is okay if the bread itself is just thin, and then the meat itself is big and juicy and brothy, like there's sauce around it. So the bread is still soggy, but it absorbs all the meat juice, all the seasoning and the flavoring. So it's kind of like dipping bread into pasta sauce or whatever, like something like that. So it's like, it's really flavorful. So it is soggy but flavorful. Then the flavor can drown out the soggy wet flavor. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like soggy bread. Don't like soggy cereal. Don't like soggy noodles. Yeah, soggy grains. It just tastes gross. I don't like oatmeal, even though oatmeal is not the same thing as wheat. Yeah, because yeah, grains I definitely need flavor. Rice tastes okay. Corn a grain? Yeah, it tastes pretty good because it's super duper sweet. But in terms of wheat and oats, don't like it. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it, right? So to repeat, I like toasted bread. I mean, baked bread is, yeah, I guess I would say I like baked bread. But yeah, toasted bread, baked bread, you know. The steamed bread, I don't like it unless it's like somehow you dip it into lots of sauce or something. You definitely need sauce to overcome that soggy flavor. It just tastes different. It has, because the way it's cooked, it's completely different. Like there's water in it or something. It absorbs the moisture in the air or something. Not the air, but inside the pan or pot or whatever the hell you use to steam it, to absorb some of the water or something. It alters the structure, alters the flavors and stuff like that. If you cook it differently, it tastes different. Yeah. So steamed bread definitely needs a lot of sauce and stuff. Like I tried eating those like Chinese hamburgers where it's just the steamed bread, and then they have like char siu in the middle where it's just pork barbecue or something, sweet and sour pork, barbecued pork or something, sweet and sour something pork. Yeah, I don't actually know what the hell it is. I think it is supposed to be barbecue, but yeah, I don't like that stuff either because it's sweet and sour. I don't like sweet and sour meat. I don't like sweet and sour. Oh, I only like sweet and sour fruits and vegetables. Yeah, that's not, because I only like fruit to be sweet. I only like fruits and vegetables to be sweet, and I only like sweet with sour together. I don't like sour with any other flavor. I don't like those hot sauces where it's sour and spicy. I just want it to be spicy or spicy and salty. Yeah. Okay, I think that's kind of enough rambling. I kind of got off topic there. What was I saying? The bread, toasted bread. I probably repeated it like 50 times already, but yeah. So don't like the soggy ass bread, and don't like whole grains, whole breads, or any kind of breads that's not just the regular white wheat bread or whatever the hell it is. What was it supposed to be called? Like enriched bread or something? Like processed bread, processed wheat flour or something? It's not the 100% whole grain, whole wheat flour, that stuff, or multi grains. Oh my goodness! Whole wheat is bad enough, and then there's the multi-grain where they have like 50 other grains or something, and none of them taste good. They taste worse than the whole wheat. Like after eating the multi-grain bread, the whole wheat tastes actually okay. And honestly, I didn't actually like the regular wheat bread that much in the first place, but after eating, trying to be healthy and stuff, eating the whole wheat and eating multi-grain, and then I ate the regular wheat bread, like, oh my god, this is delicious, yeah. So now I like regular wheat bread again, because I ate, for a long time, trying to be healthy and dieting and all that stuff, and eating the whole grain, multi-grain bread, and it was disgusting. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's enough rambling about the bread. So hopefully everyone's enjoying this series. If you like or dislike this video, be sure to let me know down below. I guess I'll try to talk about noodles and rice. Rice, there's not much to talk about, is there? But noodles, yeah, there's a lot of different kind of noodles that I like to eat and don't like to eat. Mostly like to eat. Yeah, anyway, so hopefully everyone's enjoying this series. If you like or dislike this video, be sure to let me know down below. So what do you think? What kind of bread do you like? You know, what kind of bread you don't like? What kind of bread have you eaten before? And is crackers related to bread? Yeah, because sometimes, like, the bread, if it's like super thin, and like the pita bread, when I didn't toast, I cooked it on the pan or something, fried it without oil, and it tasted kind of like crackers because it's really thin. Yeah. So is bread related to crackers? Crackers related to bread? Anyway, so what kind of bread you eating? What kind of bread do you like to eat? You know, have you tried, you know, different bread from different countries or whatever? I'm not sure what the regular loaf bread is supposed to be from. I guess America, or I don't know. Pizza is that count as Italian style bread or something? I don't know. Yeah, you know, do you like bread with, you know, like pizza bread or something different, like, you know, pizza and I mean bread in a sandwich? Yeah, I like this whole bread, and there's like the sandwich bread buns, like the hamburger buns. I don't know what kind of bread they're using, but it doesn't taste good. But maybe it's just because they don't toast it. Maybe that's why. And it gets a little soggy from the meat juices and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Subway bread is pretty good because, yeah. I don't like bagels. I should have talked about that earlier. I don't like bagels because it's too tough. It's too hard. And then like the heroes, the sandwich, the rolls and stuff like that. It's like tough, but not too tough, and it's also like airy or something, like where it's hollow. It's not really dense. Yeah, the Chinese steamed bread, I don't know. It's really soft and fluffy, but it's also really dense and bland. So rolls is like, it's not dense. It's big, but it's also fluffy. So I guess it's fluffier than steamed bread. I don't know. It's not. It's not soft, but it's not dense. It like expands or something. I guess because of yeast or something. I don't know. I just know I like the heroes, the rolls and stuff like that. Sliced bread. Yeah. Or maybe that's just from the baking. Like the yeast makes it expands, so it's not too tough. It's really, yeah. I have no clue what I'm talking about, but okay, I'm gonna cut off with all this rambling. So yeah. So be sure to let me know what kind of bread you like eating or don't like eating, and subscribe if you have not already. Support me on Patreon. Give me some that cash money you have lying around, or maybe I could try different types of bread, right? Any breads that you want to recommend to me. So as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.